What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be jumping into Unit 4.7, which covers the market revolution and the industrialization in early 19th century America. We're going to explore the economy transformation and the lasting impacts these changes had on the country. Let's go ahead and get started. So as the slide is asking, it's asking what was the market revolution. So this was the rapid economic growth during the time period in the 1820s and the 1830s. So during this time, we saw massive changes in trade and technology. We also saw new improvements like railroads, canals, and railroads to speed up the process when it came to movement of goods and people. Communication as well became quicker, and factories replaced independent artisans, okay, which led to a mass production. We also saw that the government also played a role engaging business growth. So while this is all happening, cotton emerged as the major export during this time, but it also reinforced the institution of slavery. So go ahead and write down what it's highlighted, and let's move on. Now we're going to be talking about the American system. So this is something we've also talked about in this week, and you could also see that's being mentioned is Henry Clay. So Henry Clay introduced the American system, which was a plan to support economic development. The key components were establishment of a national bank, federal funding for general improvements such as railroads and canals, and tariff to protect the American industries. Henry Clay believed that most of these measures will help unite the South, the North, and the West by creating economic independence. So as you guys can see, it's all highlighted. We need to write down. But the American system is very important to know for the incoming exam, which will consist of one page, one long question, and then it will also have a short answer question as well. So keep that in mind when we're learning about some of these things. But yes, the American system is very important. So hope you guys can write all down the notes, and let's move on. So in this slide, we're going to be talking about nationalism versus sectionalism, right? So after the War of 1812, which we've been talking about a lot recently, nationalism was basically pride in the country, right? It was on the rise. A growing sense of national identity and culture emerged, and there was a better communication and economic links between the states. However, we see the sectionalism. So you break it down, you see section. So this will be kind of describing the North, South, and the West, as they had pretty much different identities, right? So in major disagreements over slavery and federal power led to the region tensions. That which we also been talking about a lot in this class as well. And we'll also see voting patterns were increasingly divided during this time. So that's the difference between the two. It's very important to know that as well. But for that, let's go on. So we also see some technological changes of the American Revolution during this time as well. So key developments included canals like the Erie Canal, steamships, and railroads. The cotton gin also basically changed the way cotton was being produced during this time. And factory introduced mass production techniques as well. These changes drastically altered the economic landscape during this time. So you guys can see what's highlighted. That was basically what was going on. Technology was changing at this time, and the way they were doing things as well, like the cotton gin. Go ahead and write down the changes, and let's move on. So we went over the technology changes that were going on this time. So let's talk about economically the changes and the impacts of the market revolution. So the market revolution led to growth of factory production and increased trade between distant markets. As we mentioned before, cotton produced soared, becoming a key export, right? Which led into a rise in urbanization and more immigrants moving into cities. With these changes coming through, right, we see also a rise in labor unions as workers sought to improve their condition in a rapidly changing industrial world going on this time. So go ahead and write down the highlighted parts. know the impact and the economic, and we could also go back and talk about the technology being made during that time to make everything easier for them back then. But that being wrapped up, let's go ahead and go over the last slide. And this last slide is basically just talking about the assignment for today. So basically, you guys will have short answer questions to answer from today's lesson. And then we'll have a second part where you guys can take out your laptops and actually do some research as you guys are going to be making a visual timeline. As mentioned on the bottom, the 1 through 5, you guys have to do that, and that will be your exit ticket as well. Pretty easy day, short day, notes, quizzes, and the assignment, pretty much a normal day in AP US history. Quick reminder, this is going to be for Thursday. It is Wednesday right now, but I just need to let you guys know. Please do your assignments on Teams, complete your notes, and make sure you guys are completing the assignments in class, as it all will be for a grade at the end of the week. I have updated the grade book, so you pretty much can see everything that I have for the next, I believe, 9 weeks in the quarter. So that's basically how I'm going to be grading all your things. I know I've been saying I'm going to put in Unit 3 exam in the grade book, and I haven't already because not everyone has taken the exam. So once everyone completes it, you guys will have your grades. So with that being said, like I said, it's about 9:20 right now on a Wednesday night. I hope you guys have a good Thursday. I hope I have a good Thursday as well. But yeah, if you guys are watching this, thank you for watching. But yeah, let's go ahead and end it and enjoy your evening.